Well, hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is Glitzzy Gem. Thank you for watching. I'm going to go ahead and do another eye swatching tutorial today using this palette here. I got this at the Rainbow Department Store for $3.99. Okay, so this is one of my older palettes and I just wanted to test it out and see how it works, how it performs. So this comes with some eyeshadows and then it comes with a bronzer, highlighter, and a blush. So let's go ahead and start off with the shades. I'm gonna go ahead and do the blending and the packing on technique. So let's go ahead and start off from right to left. Okay, and there's no shade names. This one is, I'll let you know if it's a shimmer or a matte. This one looks like a shimmer in my mirror. I'm not sure how it's appearing on camera. Okay, so let's get started with this one. So I'm using my Avon crease brush because it has softer bristles, just in case I start to get irritation in my eye like I did in my last tutorial. Just applying it on, it's already covering like my whole eye. I guess the bristles on this one are so big, but I don't mind because we're just gonna, you know, we're just testing it out. And so far I do like the performance. It's giving me color so far. This has, you know, this has been kind of disappointing to me at one point, so we'll see how it performs now. I don't know what the difference will be from then till now, but now I'm packing it on. And look how brighter it got, how dark the shade got. And this is more like a creamy shimmer, and it did glide on like butter. See that? I really like this color. If you're all wondering about my last tutorial, if I kept my eyeshadow palette, the one that was like the rose gold nude shades, yes, I did keep my palette on that one. Just I didn't mention it in my last video, but I didn't mention it in the video, but I'm letting you know now in case y'all were wondering about it. So this next shade here looks like a base shade. These two look like base shades and they're matte. Even this one is a matte. So let's go ahead and try these mattes out. And even down here I think this one's a matte as well. And this black one is also a matte. But we're gonna go in order with the way the palette is. So we're gonna go from right to left. Okay, so going in with the next shade, which is this base nude shade. It's I think it might have maybe some I don't want to say pink undertones because it does look like it has some like brown undertones in it. Actually, it's like a brown matte, like a really light, not a caramel, like a light brown matte. So I'm applying it on my crease, and I'm not getting too much pigmentation on the first try. Let's try the second time and get in my crease, and I do see some pigmentation on that. Now let's pack it on. I'm using my Nanette Lepore eyeliner brush. It's a smaller tip than the one I was using before, which is the crease Nanette Lepore brush, and then this is my Avon crease brush. So I do see some pigment on there. Like I said, it's just like a base shade, so you're not gonna see too much color because it is blending in with my skin tone. So, but it's there. Right? Going on with the next shades. Okay, so moving on with the next shade. It's gonna be this one here. This is the shimmer peanut buttery shade. See how that blends. You know, so it's a shimmer light peanut buttery shade, and you could, it's on there, you just can barely see it. It's very light. I'm gonna go do another pass over on this one. Well, it's really light, but it's there. I see it. It's just very light. I just don't know if I'm gonna, you know, use this palette, if this is like something I'm gonna grab. I'm gonna pack it on. So there you go. That's the peanut butter, light peanut butter shade. As you can tell, it also blends in with my skin tone. Alright. I'm going to go off and use, I'm going to go in with the next shade here, which is this light ivory, almost cream color, base matte, like a base matte shade. Pack it on. Yeah, so that's the matte. It's coming on. You can see it's white, kind of like a whitish. It looks white on my eyelids, but it's a creamy, like a creamy beige. Okay, and with the next shades. Okay, going on with the next shade here, which is, this looks like a, this shade here looks like a gray, almost like a gray, like it's a gray with nude undertones. It's like a nude gray. Okay, I'm not seeing much pigment on this one. I think you have to build up the color for it, because it is kind of like a really light shimmer gray, nude gray. Yeah, I'm not seeing too much on this one. Let's see if it'll swatch on my hand. Okay, yeah, you're not going to see too much of that pigment. It's on there. I swatched it. I see it in my mirror. But, yeah, so I'm not, the brush is not picking it up. It picks up with my finger, so maybe it applies with my finger. Let's see. Well, I guess I just have to build it up, because I do see like it's building up now. I do see some shade coming out of it. Go ahead and pack it on. Yes, I am getting that. I am getting the color on the eye. As you can tell, it's blending in with my skin tone. So most of these shades are just blending in with my skin tone. So I don't know what kind of looks I can create with this. I mean, I know just more natural looks. So I guess that's what I'll, what I can do is do more natural looks with this palette. Okay, now going into this chocolatey brown shade. Looks like a dark chocolate. And let's see how this performs. Ooh, I do like the way it's coming on. It's better than the other two matte shades that I tried on. I mean, well, the other two matte shades, I really can't, you know, judge them, because, you know, they're like my skin tone. So They did come on. I did see them on my eyelid, so I really can't judge them on because it matches my skin tone. So it came on though. I seen the pigment on my eyes, so I can use them as base shades if I needed to. But this is the chocolate brown shade, and it's coming out really good. I really like this dark chocolate shade. I do see myself reaching for that color. Okay, so that's both. Okay, going back with the eyeshadow palette here, we're gonna go in with this other shade here. This is supposed to be like a light orange tone here, so we'll see how that performs, because the last time it wasn't performing. These three shades were not performing like I wanted them to, so we'll see how it does. I'm kind of even like scared to even attempting to even try to put these shades on. But you know, I did forget to mention to you guys, I did not get any chemical burns from this Yes to Cucumber water, mist clear water. So I was happy about that. Did not get any chemical burns. I mean, it was just so sore. My eyes were so sore. I just couldn't swatch anymore. I had to just stop. I just had to stop my day. So I started back up today, which is, I think I rested a day before I started to do this tutorial, or maybe I just jumped right in and did another tutorial. I do feel like I rested a day though. I think I did. I think I rested a day. I gave my eyelids a chance to rest a day before I started to jump on with another palette with different shades. This one is coming on, but as you, I'm not sure if you can see, it's like very powdery. It's performing like these other two shades here, these two mattes. It's performing just like that. It just blends into my skin. There's no pigmentation on this color here, this very light color, which I can understand. They're not too far off from each other. From this eye, you know, wheel, color wheel, they're not too far off from each other. Now we're going to go into this darker muted orange shimmer. This one was a matte, this lighter orange, but we're going to go ahead and go with this shimmer. See how that performs. It was like, at first I thought I saw some color, but I'm not seeing anything. What you're seeing is just a reflection of my actual skin tone. See, so if I go like this, you can't really see the orange. This is my actual skin tone. So this is not really coming on like I want it to. So I don't know what's the difference between these shades and the other shades, that this one just doesn't want to perform like I want it to. So, and I mean, there's no pigmentation actually. It's not that it's not performing how I want it to. There's just no pigmentation. And I doubt I'll get pigmentation on this one too. So we'll just see. Yeah, you see, it's just, see, it's just very light color there. So let's go with the next shade, which is this one here. This one here. This is also this is more like a true orange. So we'll see how that performs on the eye. Oh, came on like powder. It's so powdery. So this one just landed right on my eye. Just trying to get any kind of powder out of the way so I won't get in my eye, because the last time that happened, my eye tingled a little bit. I mean, but that was it. It didn't burn anymore. But look how much powder is on there. You can actually see that. just, you can just see, like, look at this fallout right here. There's a lot of fallout right here. So I really don't like the way this one performed. It's not cohesive. It's lost its consistency, I believe, as in like cohesing or being a blendable color. I think it's just needs to be repressed again. So we'll go on with the next shades. Okay, so moving right along, we're almost done with this palette here. So we tested this one, these two here, and this one came on real powdery. This shade here came on real powdery. I really didn't like the way that came out. So let's go with these two shades here, because with this one, actually, let's go with this one, because I confused this one with this one because they're so similar in shade, except this one's more grayish, more like a nude gray, and this one looks more like a cool gray. I think it's a cool gray. Let me see if it's gray. It's probably, it looks between a gray with like brown undertones, and this one was like a gray nude. I guess that's the only way I can explain this shade, but this shade does look more like a gray shade, the shade here. And then this one here looks even darker than this one, so it's like it's getting dark. As you can see, the colors are getting darker as I go down the palette. So let's try this like muted gray tone. Might have some kind of like nude. It looks like a nude gray also, but it's like a darker nude gray. Well, I'm getting the same exact performance as this lighter nude gray. It takes some time to build up. Yeah, I'm not seeing any color there. Let me see if I can swatch it. It comes on the finger, but as you can see, it's kind of light. See, it comes on with my finger. It just won't come on with the brush. I think these other shades come on with just the finger. See? I don't like doing that though. I really don't like sticking my finger in there and just swatching it. But it performs very well with the finger. It's not performing well with a brush. You see how darker it starts to get with the finger? I don't know. I'm getting mixed feelings about this palette. Okay, the next shade is going to be this shimmer brown here. Well, I'm not getting any color. I'm not getting any color in here. Let me see how it looks packed on. And I'm going to use a bigger brush. Use my crease brush. And then my Nanette Lepore crease brush. I'm going to use that. See if I can get anything in there. I'm not getting any pigment. I mean, there's very light to no pigment there. Let me see how it performs with my finger. Well, it comes on fine with the finger, but I don't want it to come on with the finger. I want it to come on with the brush. See, it comes on really good with the finger, but I don't want to keep having to use my finger, you know? You know? Alright, so here are the two shades. We're going to go ahead and go with the next one. So from the looks of it, I think it's just going to come on with the finger. I don't think it's going to go on with the brush. Let me just try packing on the next two shades. Next two shades is this one here and this one here. I'm going to go ahead and pack this one on and see how it performs. It just like it seeps into the brush, and there's no pigment that disperses out of the brush onto your eyelid. And if it does, it's very light. Like as you can see, it's very light. Hardly nothing is applied. Like there's hardly any of that color, and you can tell like this is a really darker shade. So let me see if I try applying it with my finger like I have been doing with the other, and see if I get more of a pigmentation. And this is a matte shade, by the way. This is also more like an orange color, but it's like a deeper orange, and I do get color payoff just using my finger, dabbing it on with my finger. But I don't want to continue to keep doing that. I don't want to keep sticking my finger. So this is going to be my finger palette, I guess I should say, because I'm getting good color shades on there, except for the one that it was real powdery, which was that one there. I really didn't like the way that one performed. So like I said, I'm getting mixed feelings about this palette. So there's some shades I do want to keep, and there's some shades that I don't. So I was about to take it off, but I'm not even done. I have to swatch the other eye. So using the crease and the Net Lip Pour brush, I'm going to go ahead and go with the next shade, which is this other brown color. This is like a cooler brown than the one we tried before. The one we tried before is like a light, like a warm brown. This is like a cooler. It was also like in the spicy brown family, but it looks more cool toned than the one I tried before. And I'm packing it on with the crease brush. And I like the way this is coming out with the brush. So there are some shades that do come on real well with the brush. So there's a few shades, maybe 4 shades that come on well with the brush. So that's the color of this neutral brown, darker brown, cooler tone than the other brown there. There you have it. Alright, I'll be right back. Okay, we're going to go in with this shade here and see. This is a more darker grayish color than the previous ones we tried. So it's a darker shade, darker gray shade. Let's see how it applies with the brush. Well, it is applying better than the other two shades, so I really like that chocolate brown matte. This is a shimmer shade. It's like a buttery. Most of these colors are coming on buttery, like the shimmer shades are coming on buttery. Like this one's coming on buttery. And I really like this shade here. I really like it. It doesn't seep into my skin. I like the way that's performing. Just for fun, let me just see how it looks when I just do it with my finger. Oh, it gives you more darker. Look at that pigmentation. Wow. Okay. I see how this palette's working. See, look at that. That's even better. Look at the way my finger looks. It's like a fold shade. Ooh, I love this shade. Yeah, I'm liking it a lot. So, yeah. I guess using the finger technique performs better on this palette than using the brush. But And you saw it came on the brush as well. It came on with the brush as well, this shade here. But it has more impact when I use the finger there. So let's go ahead and go with the next shade here, which is like this coppery orange copper color. And it's also a shimmer shade. So we'll see how that performs on the eye with the brush. Same, it's coming on light. And I know this is a dark shade, so it's coming on light. It does look darker than all the other lighter shades. I'm going to pack it on with my finger. See how that performs with my finger. Well, it did get a little darker. There you have it. I really love this color here. This palette is called, I didn't even say the name of this palette. It's called Belle Bouquet Yes palette. Right back. Okay, moving on with the next shade. It's going to be this one. This looks like a teal color. See how that performs on the eye with the brush. Looks like it's coming on pretty good. Ooh, la la. I do like this teal shade. Most of these shimmer shades, it's a shimmer. So most of these shades that I'm applying on my eye that are actually performing pretty good are like foil shades. They look like foil shades. And to me, it almost reminds me of a metal palette. Metal eye palette that I have in my haul. One of my hauls that I did that I've been, you know, I want to, you know, do a tutorial on it. So if it's anything close to that palette, I think I'm just going to throw this one away and keep that one instead. Because if it has these shades that I really like I really like this gray shade, I don't think it'll have this brown shade because they're all metallic shades, are all metal shades, so they're not going to have any mattes in there. But we'll see. Something to think about, something to think about later on, and see if I can part ways with this palette here, which I obviously should, because some of these shades are not performing with the brush. They're performing, applying them on with my finger. So with that being said, I should just toss this palette, but I'm gonna hold off on it and see what other shades what other eyeshadows I have in my hauls to do my tutorials with. This one is a black shade and it's a matte shade, and it came on my eye just fine. It looks a little patchy. Yeah, it looks a little patchy. I don't know if it's going to be blendable with another shade, but we can always find out when I do a tutorial on it if I decide to keep this palette. Decide I need to go back with, you know, go back to my older palettes and do a tutorial on it. I will do that. So this is how these eyes are looking right now. These two shades. The last shade here is going to be this, it looks like a pink rosy rose gold shade, but we'll see. We'll see what it is. So I'm going to take this one off. Take this side off. And let it dry. So let's go ahead and apply this shade using the crease and then the pore brush. I'm going to apply this shade. Making sure it's dry. It feels a little tacky, but I think it's dry enough to apply the color on. It's coming on, it's just light. It's just a very light shade. And I brush. No, I feel like I have like some dark on my lid, like some dark. No, I think that's just me. I think that's just my lid. But let me apply it with my finger. So, with my finger. See how it comes packed on. Ooh, it does give you a more vibrant. I think this is a finger palette. I think you're only able to put these shades on with your finger, which that doesn't sound, which that's not right. You should be able to apply it with a brush. Came with a brush, so yes, it's only common for it to come on with the brush. But look how darker that pigmentation got. Yeah. Okay, so let's go ahead and try these shades here. The highlighter, bronze, and the blush. Give me just 1 minute. Alright, so I got myself, I grabbed me a new brush because I don't have a contour and highlight brush right now that's open. So I just grabbed one from my stash that I have. And the stash I have this one called Color Rush. It is called My Beauty Spot makeup brush set. So they're all dual-ended brushes. So I just grabbed it from a stash that I already had, you know, of unopened brushes. So I'm gonna apply this on my face, which I have no kind of primer on or anything. So I'm kind of worried about, like, is it gonna give me pimples? What is it gonna do? Let me just try it on. Okay, so first I want to go ahead and just guess contour, and I guess I'm gonna use. Should I use this end or should I use this end for contour? Okay, guys, I just don't do this kind of stuff. I don't put foundation, I don't put contour, I don't put blush on my face, but I do want to test this out and see how it works. So maybe we can contour and highlight my nose. See if the shades work. Then putting them on my cheek. I think I'm gonna do that. Okay, so I'm gonna contour and highlight my nose. So contour my nose. I'm gonna go ahead and go here. And I'm not getting any shade whatsoever by contouring. There's no color there. Like, there's no color. Guys, there's no color. I'm not getting any color here. Okay, so let me highlight the bridge right here, the bridge of my nose. Let me highlight it. Let me highlight here. Ooh! It's just powdery. It just looks like an eyeshadow I'm putting on my nose. And I know this is probably not the way I'm supposed to put this highlight, but this highlight is not even shiny to even call it a highlighter. I think. No. So now go ahead and put blush. I'm gonna put blush. I'm gonna use the blush. Or can you see it? I guess I can put it right here, right? Can y'all see it? I see like it's a highlight. It comes on like a highlight. See, like a highlight. I do see it here. So, maybe I can use it as a highlight. Let me do the other side of my nose with it. But we can tell this one didn't come out. I guess it was just too close to my skin tone. So let's go ahead and use this on the side of my nose. Well, very light, but I can see it on my face. Can you see that? You see it? It's right there, and then it's right here. So we'll see how I wake up tomorrow in the morning. Hopefully I don't have a zit growing out of those areas. Okay guys, well that's the end of this tutorial using the Belle Bouquet Yes palette. I don't think I'm gonna keep this palette. I'm not gonna keep it. I'm gonna trash it. So hear me. I really like the way these metal colors look, and I really like that chocolate matte shade, but I don't know. I'm not gonna keep a palette just because I like the way some of these shades perform. I mean, I'm pretty sure I might come across the same shade color in one of my other palettes, maybe. So that's why I'm afraid to throw this away, because I haven't really checked out my other stash and checked to see if there's a shade in this color. And some of these metallic, like I really like that metallic gray and that metallic teal. So I'm gonna hold on to it for just a little while longer, and if I do find dupes or a palette that's similar to some of the shades that I liked in here, then I'll toss this one away and keep the new one. So that's it for now. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye. Love you, gems. Have an awesome, wonderful night. Bye.